Okay, so this was my life 15 years ago. Yeah. I don't know if anybody else has been in this situation, but I burnt out from a very stressful television career. And I was depressed for 2 years. And I was really depressed. I wasn't working, my hair was bad, all my boyfriends kept breaking up with me, until I finally decided to go on medication. And I thought, okay, I'm gonna go on medication for 3 months, because I know that I'm not medically ill. I know that something has just gone wrong, and I'm gonna fix myself. And specifically, I knew that something was wrong with my brain. I wasn't thinking properly because I was a happy person, and I have dreams, and I wanted to live a beautiful life, but I kept focusing. All I saw was negative. I saw problems and the brokenness of life, and there really is a lot that's broken, and we need to fix that with our dreams. So I didn't think that I would stay depressed for very long. Okay, here we go. Then one day I came across this quote when I was starting to feel a little better, and I thought, I am so not living in the future of my dreams. I had dreams, I guess. I don't know where I put them, probably in a box somewhere, in a cupboard, because I was too busy doing all the other things that I thought I was supposed to be doing. And I thought, that's what I have to do. I have to live my dreams. I have to dream again. Can anybody relate to this? Yeah. Who's got a dream out there? Anybody got a dream? We've all got a dream. So I started studying the brain, and I thought, what is wrong with my brain? Something's going wrong. And I had never thought about the brain before, really. It was just there in my head. I knew it was important, but like all of us, I mean, you know, neuroscience is having a revival now, which is fantastic. But back then, 15 years ago, nobody talked about the brain. So I started studying the brain. And the thing that I came across most commonly was that the brain needs nutrients. And if you're feeding it sugars and fats and stress and cigarettes and alcohol, you're not going to be thinking your best thoughts. You're not going to be able to tap into your dreams. You're not going to be happy. I mean, everybody probably knows what it feels like to be eating a bunch of sugar and driving your car and texting, and then you crash 15 minutes later. That's because your brain's not working properly. And I thought, okay, I can figure this out. I can fix my brain. So my ask terrifies me. I have a really, really big ask. I want to build the world's biggest, and probably first, I think it's the only one, plant-based quick service, which means fast food, brand. That's what I'm trying to do. Yay. And I am here because I need investors. I'm not going to ask you to invest in my brand, but I may actually be calling the bank. Okay. So I have a really big dream. My dream is too big. Sometimes people will say this to you when you have a big dream. Oh, that's a big dream. Oh, keep dreaming. Or as Sheryl Sandberg sometimes says, should you be working? Where are your children? Ooh, okay, you have a big dream. And I have a really big dream. These are my competitors. This is what I want to do. Because this is where everybody is eating when they're on the go, and they're trying to live their life. This is our new world. This is the new fast world. Colonel Saunders, he didn't start his business, I think, until he was 62. So that's good news. I'm only 47. It's never too late to follow a dream. Okay, so something happened along the way. I had 2 children. This is my daughter, Meg, who is wearing her plant-based onesie from Giggle and Bloom, I believe. Grandma sent it from Giggle and Bloom. And as I was, raising my kids and teaching them, how to be physical and growing, I also was realizing I have to feed their brain. They have to be able to cope in life. They have to be able to make decisions. I mean, my depression terrified me. I thought, what happens if they get lost in life? I have to give them the tools so they can think and feel and thrive in life. So again, I was back focusing on the brain as I was raising my kids. I just put this in here for fun. I don't know if you guys know this, but the human brain is basically, when a baby is born, is 1/3 of the size of our skeleton. It's one of the reasons why we don't move until we're 6 months, and we can't walk until we're 10, 11 months, because the brain is just too heavy. The animals are born and they walk. They have to because they need to survive in the wilderness. But humans can't take care of themselves because this thing we've got up there is so amazing. It's the most amazing machine that the world has ever seen. So this is my dream. This is my brand. I have a branding background, luckily. So one day I was in the kitchen, at the kitchen table, like most women. This is where our businesses start, I think. And I was feeding my daughter some sweet potato, and my son had spilled his goji berries all over the counter. And I was texting for a play date, and I was in my sweatpants, and I was like, oh my God, this is my life. Does anybody relate to this, raising children? This is my life. And then I thought differently, and I thought, this is my life. This is millions and millions of women's lives, maybe billions. I'm hoping billions. And we all have the same problem. We've got to feed the kids and get out the door and arrange the play date, and somehow along the way we've got to take care of our brains. And it wasn't possible. I was feeding my kids these nutrients because it wasn't really available outside. I stocked them up on nutrient plant food, and then we would head out to the play dates where they were going to be eating French fries and Coca-Cola, but at least I got the nutrients in. So I opened a little business. I borrowed $2,000 from my father, and I rented a shop. I found a Portuguese guy who sold me wholesale vegetables. I put my sticker on the wall. I opened the doors. I had a plastic table and a knife and some vegetables, and I stood there. And there was nothing else. I had this huge store. There was nothing else in the store. And I just stood there with a smile on my face. And a girl came over, and she was like, what are you doing? And I was in a mall, I was in a strip mall. And I said, I make salads. And she said, I love salads. So she gave me $10, and she said, okay, make me the best salad. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'll come back in 5 minutes. So, of course, I made her the best salad. She came back every day and bought my food. And before I knew it, I had lots of customers, and everybody was coming in because there wasn't anything like it, especially in Africa, because I was living in Africa. So I realized that, like a working mother, we only have so much time in the day. 6 minutes? Okay, we only have so much time. And I thought, how am I going to build the biggest global brand for health food if I have 4 hours a day while my children are at preschool? And I have 11 different departments in my business. I have to do all of these jobs, right? I mean, anybody, we all have a business, we have to do all these things, right? I mean, and I had folders, and I thought, this is how I'm going to build a global brand. So I thought, okay, I'm going to spend about 7 minutes on everything, every day. So I opened my business at 10 o'clock in the morning, I shut it at 2, and that was it. I was done for my day. And I did that for 9 months. So I understand my business model. I didn't make very much money, but I built a business. And I've got it in a book, and I've got it in a box, and I'm ready for Gojigo 2.0. So I just put this up there for fun, because I think we all relate to this as women, that I had 2 kids, and I never once questioned if I could raise them. I never thought, oh my God, am I going to figure out how to breastfeed? Where am I going to buy clothing? How am I going to teach them to walk? Oh, I don't think I'll have children because I probably can't teach them to walk. I never thought any of those things. I just went and had 2 children. And having children is probably, raising children is probably the hardest thing in the world to do. And the skills are very similar to having a business. You come up with the idea, you sit with it for a while, you birth it, suddenly you have a business, you clean it, you fix it. One day, it rolls off the bed. You're like, oh my God, my business is moving. And then it crawls. And if you haven't given up by then, your business starts to walk. And if you're really lucky and you hang in there, your business starts to run. And I thought, I have those skills. I can do that. So if you guys want to see what I make and you're getting hungry, this is the healthiest plant food that you can fuel your brain with. This is cacao. I think, is Susan Hoy in the audience? Did I see her name here? You can buy this at IGA now, cacao, $10 for a big bag of cacao. It's one of the best things you can feed your brain with. Greek yogurt, seeds, raw honey. Anybody who's taking care of the body knows all this stuff. That's one of my shakes. That's my first flyer in the background. You are what you think. This is one of my bowls, proteins, fats, carbs. That was my very first table where I sold my very first salad. Shakes, teas, ice cream, peanut butter. I make everything. Make everything with plants. Hummus, breakfast bowls, gluten-free customers. Those are my wraps. My wraps are really, really good. And I make popsicles. So, my question is, sorry? Well, it's not open yet. Yeah. In here, it was open in Africa. I ran it in Africa. Yeah. So, my question today for you gals is, do you have a dream? Do you have a dream like I had a dream? Yes. We already ascertained that. Everybody has a dream. We have to take care of that dream because the world needs our dreams. The world needs our dreams. As women and as mothers, we need to make our dreams happen because there's a lot to fix. So, if you have a dream, eat a carrot. That's my motto at Gojigo, because dreams need brain power, and brains need nutrients. And the best nutrients in the world mostly come from plants. Now, everybody always told me, yeah, but free-range beef, that's really good. And I thought, yeah, it is really good. It's got amino acids and protein. And I thought, how am I going to do this? How am I going to sell this sort of plant-based message? And I thought about it for a few months, and then I was like, but a cow is a vegetarian. A cow eats grass. They know what they're doing. So this is my dream. Thank you very much.